In the early dawn of the 20th century, the world teetered on the brink of a colossal shift. The year was 1914, and the stage was set for one of the most devastating conflicts in human history, the First World War. The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary in June of that year lit the fuse on a powder keg of international tension. This event, striking in Sarajevo, Bosnia, sent shockwaves through the corridors of power across Europe. The intricate web of alliances and rivalries that had developed over the preceding decades was about to be put to the test. By August, the conflict had escalated and the world had split into two opposing factions. On one side, the Central Powers, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire. On the other, the Allies, France, Russia, and the United Kingdom. The first major battle occurred on the Western Front, at the Marne River in France. The German advance was halted, setting the stage for years of trench warfare. The Eastern Front, too, was a scene of intense fighting, with the German and Austro-Hungarian forces clashing with the Russian army. In 1915, the war expanded beyond Europe's borders. The Ottoman Empire entered the fray, opening up fronts in the Middle East and Africa. A failed Allied campaign to control the Dardanelles Strait, known as the Gallipoli Campaign, resulted in heavy losses. The following year, the Battle of Verdun raged for almost 10 months, marking one of the longest and bloodiest battles in human history. Meanwhile, the Battle of the Somme saw the first use of tanks in warfare, a grim testament to the technological advancements of the era. By 1917, Russia had withdrawn from the conflict due to the Bolshevik Revolution, signing a separate peace treaty with the Central Powers. That same year, the United States entered the war, providing much-needed resources and manpower to the Allies. In the autumn of 1918, the tide began to turn. The Central Powers were on the back foot. The Allies launched a series of successful offensives which, combined with political and social unrest at home, led to the collapse of the Central Powers. On the 11th of November 1918, an armistice was signed, effectively ending the war. The aftermath of the conflict was monumental. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, imposed heavy penalties on Germany and redrew the map of Europe. The war had claimed the lives of millions and had irrevocably changed the course of history. To recap, the First World War was a complex and devastating conflict sparked by the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand. It saw the rise of trench warfare, the expansion of the conflict beyond Europe, and the introduction of new military technology. It ended with the armistice in 1918 and the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. This conflict, one of the deadliest in human history, forever altered the geopolitical landscape and marked the beginning of a new era